Welcome back to another reading and correcting with me, Kindar, the Tiger Writes, and Ty, the Tiger Supervisor. These are where I read a chapter from one of my stories and correct it as I go. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch and YouTube. And if you are looking to support me, that is on my Patreon. Today, we are doing chapter 33 of The Technician's Fight. Still unable to contact Shuttle, Combs said, and Gralgiran nodded, forcefully setting aside the desire to order full thrust toward the station so he could rescue his heart. The role of an alpha was to coordinate first, fight second. While he relished those hunts where the details were small so he could take active part, this wasn't turning into one of them, and Jer had training as well as 2 packs to support his. Short of locking him in their apartment, Gralgiran had done everything he could to keep him safe, and he had to hope the gods would still meddle in their favor. The conversation between Combs and her 2 support station increased, then ebbed in disappointment. Whatever they thought they'd manage hadn't worked. I'm getting ships powering up, sensors said. 12. The 6 on this side of the station read and low. Read as low to medium cargo. I don't belay that. I'm reading weapons coming online. The station, while he had people there who could while he had people there would be the best time for them to join in the fight. For him to force him to choose between stopping them and risking killing his people or having to deal with their attacks on top of more mobile ships. Still negative. Nothing there registers as weapons. The ships are leaving the station. Weapons, all stations are active. We are about to be under attack. Orders are to destroy. Confirming all civilians are within safe zones, secondary sensor said. Pilot, evade, let weapons find their own target. Yes, Captain, she answered. Engineering, can I get priority to after weapons? I'm going to need everything you can give me if I'm to stay out of ships that light. Out of the way of ships that light. Doesn't feel right, but that's the closest I can tell. Engineering, Gralgiran added. Bring the backup online and dedicate that to ship propulsion. Oh, really? His friend replied, tone dripping with sarcasm. Like I didn't bring that online 3 hours ago. What, you think I don't know how to do my job? I'll make it up to you for the slight once this is over, engineer. You bet you will. Pilot, you do what you have to and let us worry about ensuring you have the power needed. You are so lucky we did a complete overhaul of that. The voice trailed off. Comms, terminate the connection to engineering. Done, Alpha. Weapons, he said as the ship vibrated under his feet and the position of the station shifted on the screen as they moved. The hunt is on. May you bring your mate the best kill. A ship exploded far too close to the Bane for Gralgiran's comfort. A smaller one, giving it the agility to avoid incoming fire, set on a collision course. Kinetic debris on deck 8 through 12, one of the sensor hunters said. Section 18 through 26. Weapons, how many did that cost us? He demanded. 8 guns on that side are out. Too early to say if we can bring them back. Repair is sealing their suit to look over the damage. Engineering here. I've cut power to that section until repair tells me there's no chance relay will explode. That takes 6 more of them out of use. Weapons. Can we compensate? He ordered the engineer to power them if needed, but overloads could take more of the weapons out, and they wouldn't be easily repaired in the middle of a battle. Sensors, the weapons beta said. Any other ships like this one? Negative. Weapons. Nothing that nimble, and everything else is staying well away. Not that it's helping us, the pilot muttered. Too many of them. Weapon status of the hull for you. Diffusion plating is taking most of the high energy output attacks, and we're destroying anything kinetic above everything else other than blowing up the ship's alpha. Maintenance overall report. All safe zones are on low power draw. None of the hull hits indicate they are trying to destroy their way through them. Captain, overall integrity is above 90%. Weakest point is the hold at 887. Quartermaster, they are, I'm well aware what they're trying to do, Captain. The male replied in a surprisingly serious tone. I'm having as much of the supplies moved deeper as I can. What? I want you and anyone you bribe to do that out of there. I won't have any civilians walk the forest just because you're too trusting in your namesake. Really? You think I'm that careless with other people's lives? I'm the only one here. We have automation to bring this kind of stuff when we don't feel like having company. When I don't feel like having company. Gralgiran bit back his reflexive reply, unassuming the male would put others at risk. What? Not going to offer to make it up to me? I think thinking you'll have people die with at least worth. Okay. This needs to be. I think that you thinking I'll have people die would at least be worth. Man, did I at least be worth one night in your bed, and you already know your heart's okay with it. Don't put too much of your trust in your namesake, Quartermaster. If you are ordered to vacate, you do so. Got it. Make my way as fast as I can to the bed of whoever tells me to leave my territory. He allowed himself 3 seconds to close his eyes and mentally curse the male because he had no doubt he'd do it. Then he looked at the screen and studied the ship's movement. Sensor, those 6 ships forming on a wall. What are they hiding? Trying to find out, Alpha. There's a lot of interfering energy from them. I can't get details. Plasma blast fired at them. The ship disrupted some, but didn't move out of the way otherwise. Yep, the pilot said, that's not good. Though the side of one ship bowed out and the explosive decompression sent it drifting away from the others. There's something, but I can't tell what yet. Low energy, I think, or maybe it's just far. Weapons, I need that wall broken, he ordered. Anything that can be spared, focus on that. On it, Alpha. The plasma blasts were so rapid they were nearly sets of lines. Plural. Then they stopped. That's all we can give, Alpha. Those guns are out of power and engineering can't spare us enough for a fast recharge. He watched as the lines reached their destination. He expected those ships. Why do you not like that? He expected those ships to try to disperse as much of that energy as they could, but there was only so much any of those systems could take. Light bloomed, then a second. 2 of the ships have exploded, Sensor said. Can't tell if it's from the blasts, plural, or self-destructed. Can't tell what's happened to the others with all that released energy. Gralgiran waited, glancing at the rest of the battle, but counting on the pilot and weapons to be aware of the important events there. The explosion turned dim, and all they could see were the ships drifting away from each other. All ships have been disabled, Sensor said. What were they hiding? Trying to get something through that leftover energy. They were curses from Sensor. Then, got it, shifting to mass distortion. The screen changed multiple pale blue dots, a handful of large one in greens and 2 red ones. One stationary and larger and deeper, and a larger and deeper where the wall had been. What is that? The pilot asked. Pilot, focus, he reminded her, but he wondered the same thing. To be in the reds and deeper than the station, its mass outclassed the Bane by an order of magnitude. or by orders, plural, of magnitude. It's blue shifted, Sensor yelled. Pilot, get us out of its path. Moving, Captain, Sensor cursed. I'm getting energy output from it. I think, the pilot tapped control. Captain, it's altering its course to stay on us. Weapons, as much as you can on what's coming at us. Engineer, propulsion needs all you can spare. We have something big heading for us. Where the fuck did they hide that thing? Someone on comms said. No motion. Someone from sensor replied, no energy output unless we specifically scanned for mass. We couldn't see it. Oh, I am so making mass scan standard, someone else on sensor muttered. Pilot, doing all I can. We've red shifted it, but it's turning bluer. It's got more power to put in propulsion than we do. Can you outmaneuver it? If I try, we're sacrificing our speed without a way to know if it'll be enough. Why had he sent Tome to Jer? He needed his knowledge of the ship. Alpha, I'm getting a signal from the station. It's faint and breaks up. I think it's one of ours. Putting in on audio. Iraq, dread, engine. There was something in the static. Loop it! The words repeated over and over, and he focused on making out the static and making out the static. And he thanked whichever god had meddled and made him send his friend out. Is that Rakmas? Someone asked. That's definitely engine, I think. Too long. He couldn't make out what Tome said, but he made out it was longer. Alex, it's Tome, telling us about the ship aimed at us. Can you make anything from it? Since when am I some ship expert? You found the Erecmas? Comms yelled. Tahunian dreadnought design. One was reported destroyed 8 years ago within unclaimed territory between them and the Earthers. Alpha can confirm no life form on that ship. Found the design, Alex said. Okay, the reactor is under 8 decks in. He cursed. Weapons? I'm sending you the schematic with the highlighted area. Turek protect your hunters. Engineering, divert all power to maneuvering other than maneuvering to weapons. Pilot, give them the shot. Senil Haram, I don't call on you often, but be with us for the sake of everyone under my protection. He sighed. He didn't like bargaining with the gods, since they were always the only ones who gained from that. But he had one thing he could put in play. And I will work harder towards being more accepting of your favorite lover. He waited. The voice droned on, sending each other instruction, new details. Weapon asked questions, someone answered. There was nothing left to do for him to do other than wait and hope. The angle to the ship changed, and he made out some of its underside. Then it adjusted, and its nose was pointed at them again. It's got automated system to protect weak points, sensor cursed. Firing test blast, weapon said, and a long plasma blast fired. It diminished until Gralgiran couldn't make it out anymore. Impact, sensor said, and they were far enough he didn't see it. No disruption field. Captain, the pilot asked, looking at him with desperation in her eyes. Permission to invite just Billiam at my side? That silenced the bridge. He read the readings on the screen, noting where nothing there indicated. Yeah, that's going to be. Nothing there indicated what they were doing was in their favor. He had asked the gods to meddle, and to be fair to her, for all the headaches she'd given him, she had been on his side, so why not? Permission granted. Engineering, weapons, I need all the power we have to reset our course. Any chance you'll share what she's whispering? Sensor asked. Only if the captain orders me to. The dreadnought blue shifted brighter. He really didn't want to know what Jizbilium was inspiring, but I order you to. Well, that's automated to stay in line with us, but what can it do if we accelerate at it? It's not going to have to do anything, Com said. It's trying to hit us. If she's telling you to make its job easier, I'd rather you stop listening. It's more massive, so its reaction time have to be slower than time has to be slower than us. Only if it's got a comparable reactor to us, Sensor said I'm with comms. This isn't sounding like she wants us to survive, Alpha. He let the pilot continue. If I change the main trajectory at the last moment, it can't adjust and we end up under it. And weapons gets their target. Before you tell her to stop, Engineering said as Gralgiran was about to do that. I'll remind you, ships don't explode like in the ballads, or even like the one that nearly hit us. We're going to be well past it before something that size ignites something that will cause shrapnel. Even if it even does that, it's more likely to just stop having power and continue on its way toward infinity. Which also pointed out another advantage of this strategy. The dreadnought would never be able to turn in time to be a threat after this. Proceed. Others on the bridge muttered prayers to their preferred gods, and Gralgiran waited and watched. And this concludes chapter 33 of The Technician's Fight. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next chapter will be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read this story, it is available on Ream Story. If you are looking to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch and YouTube. Links are in the notes, and with that, I shall wish you a good day.